Hi, friends. How we doing? Are we excited to read tonight? I'm so excited. Um, Thank you so much for being so understanding as well about Sunday. So I woke up on Sunday and JMO had such a bad allergic reaction. He had bumps all over his head. And JMO, my dog, does get allergic reactions. But like that one was just so random. So I so appreciate you being understanding. But we rescheduled to tonight and I'm so excited to read with you guys. Hopefully we can get some good reading done. Let me know what you're gonna be reading in the chat. So I'm starting off. Oh my gosh. Stunning. Everyone has been posting about Curse of True Love. And I did pre-order it, but my pre-order is not going to be coming in until, I don't know, I think Friday, the 27th, Thursday or Friday. Oh, I can't wait to get my hands on it. I'm going to be starting off reading Six Scorched Roses, but it's a super short book. So I'm definitely going to finish it on sprints tonight. So I wanted help picking my next read. So I have options. Let's talk through these options. I have Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. So if I jump right into this, it's going to be like back to back to back Curse of Broadbent, which is fine. I think that would be good because I didn't love Serpent as much as I thought I would. But then I also just finished reading Blood Price by Vela Roth and loved it so much. It's the prequel book to Blood Mercy. And so I really want to jump into Blood Mercy. And then I also just really also want to jump into the third book in the Shadows and Crowns series, which is like the Song of the Marked series. So overall, very undecided. So your help would be much appreciated. Let's see. Hi, Grace. Currently trying to read 150 pages per day, so I need them. I love doing challenges like that. So I hope they're having a good time. What are you going to be reading? Or are you switching between multiple books? Hello, Madison. I'll be reading The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. That one is so cute and cozy. Reading Slaying the Shadow Prince. Oh my goodness. I hope that you love it. If you would like to join our fantasy romance book club, I have it linked in the description box below. It's on Fable, and the reason I'm bringing it up is because one of our book picks for November, we're currently voting. Today is the last day to vote in our November book club pick. One of the books that we have is Blood and Steel by Helen Scherer. And I can't wait to read that one. It would be so much fun if we could read it all together. Oh my gosh, Spookily Yours is so cute too. Y'all are coming in with absolutely amazing reads. I love this for us. Curse of the Spectre Queen. Interesting. Hello. Tonight I'll be reading the Graveyard Book. Love that. Very spooky. We are clearly in the mood for Halloween. Can y'all believe that Halloween is next week? Crazy. I pre-ordered it and I don't know when my copy will be here. And also doing a reading vlog for the books. Love that. Oh my gosh, I know. I saw so many people just going to Barnes & Noble and picking up the book today. And I was like, honestly, like I should have done that. You know what I mean? But I wanted to pre-order it so that I wouldn't forget about it. But I'm so jealous of everyone who has their copy already. Hello, I just wanted to finish. I want to finish the Tales from the Shadowhunter Academy, 65 pages left. Beautiful. We can definitely get that done tonight or today, whatever time it is for you. Hey, gonna be reading some fan fiction since I'm sick and don't have the brain cells for a proper book. I love that for you, but I'm sorry that you're sick. I really want to start reading Hermione fanfic, but my TBR is so hefty. I just filmed books that I need to read before the end of the year. And I have so many books that I need to read that I'm like, when am I going to squeeze fan fiction into all of these amazing books? I don't even know. Blood Mercy is my all-time fave fan row. I'm biased in my vote. Well, I love that. Okay, I was absolutely shooketh to my Korith when I was reading Blood Price and the way that Vela Roth wrote her vampires and all of the powers that they have and the relationships that they have, I thought it was gorgeous, amazing, beautiful, stunning, everything that I wanted. And so I'm like, I really need to read Blood Mercy. So whatever you guys vote for, it's going to be a good pick no matter what. Like every pick is a winning pick. Hi, Alva. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy to see you. I'll be reading Throne of Glass. It's time, LOL. I really liked the first couple books of Throne of Glass, so especially the first one. So I really hope that you enjoy it. It's so fun because it has like deadly competition. So I love that. Hi, Eve. Thanks for joining. Starting my reread of ACOTAR. That is gorgeous, stunning, amazing. Reading my best friend's exorcism. That is so fun. I read that earlier this year, and Grady Hendrix writes very like campy horror, and that one, I don't know, it has like serious moments to it, but then it's broken up really well with like humor, and I just really appreciate horror books that are broken up with like humor so that you're not just scared out of your wits the entire time. Hello, just started Mary by Nat Cassidy. Okay, with the horror books. I need to read that as well, but I've heard that it's very spooky scary. Going to be reading Queen of Shadows, 70% in. Yay! Oh my gosh, welcome Hillary. We have a good time. The chats are chatting, and we read fantasy romance every single month, so it's very fun. Oh my gosh, I love to study in Drowning. It was wonderful. I really hope that you enjoy that one. Hi, Elena. Welcome. I'm so glad it's your first time here. Going to be reading Wolf Gone Wild by Juliet Cross. Same, I have Manacled for my November TBR, hopefully. I've heard Manacled is like heartbreaking, but I really want to read it as well. Hi, Serena. Currently reading God Killer by Hannah Kaner, but I want to pick up something else. Are you not liking it? I just got that book, and I was going to put it on my November TBR because I heard Peru's Project talking about it, and it seems really interesting. So please let me know how you're feeling about it, Serena. I'm reading my essay book by Alexander Chee, and it's about writers who like to write stories. You know, I'm seeing everyone ramping up for NaNoWriMo. A lot of the booksta, I don't know why I just couldn't think of the word bookstagram. A lot of the booksta girlies that I follow are saying that they're going to be participating in NaNoWriMo this year, and that makes me so excited for them. Yeah, I've never read or watched Harry Potter, so I'm not reading Hermione fanfic. I usually read Dragon Age fanfic or the Vampire Diaries fanfic. Oh my gosh, can you send me some Vampire Diary TBD? Hopefully I got that correct. But if you have Vampire Diary fanfic, can you please send that to me? I would love that. I did really like Harry Potter. I like grew up with the books and the movies and stuff like that. So it's just ingrained in me. Oh, yes. Okay, we get to help you pick. Beautiful. Vampires of El Norte, I've heard really good things about. I've heard that it's similar to like a Mexican Gothic. It's like a historical fiction, but make it vampires. And there's also a little bit of romance in it as well. Killer Instinct Jennifer by Lynn Barnes. I haven't heard of that one. Silver Nitrate by Silvia Moreno Garcia. The Unmaking of June Farrow by Adrienne Young. I mean, Serena, you and I are Adrienne Young girlies. So if you're like not super into your current book and you want something that you're going to love, I think that you're definitely going to love the Adrienne Young book. I don't know. She has that one, The Unmaking of June Farrow, and then she had another one, Spells for Forgetting, that I feel like are very different genres from like the Adrienne Young that I know and love. Like I love her YA fantasy. So that's why I haven't picked those up yet. But hopefully that helps. Oh my gosh, April, I'm so jealous of you. My friend Lucy, she has a booktube. Her name is Lucy Rose, and she just posted on Instagram She stayed up all day. She's in the UK, so it was like midnight her time, and she posted that she finished it, and she was like, I am so distraught. And I was like, Bestie, you're making me scared. I can't wait to read that. Okay, perfect. I just want something else too. Perfect. Okay, perfect. Okay. That makes me feel a lot better. Because I was like, Serena, you and I have very similar tastes. If you weren't liking God Killer, I was like, oh no, should I reevaluate my November TBR choices? Yeah, for sure. I'll have to look through and see which ones are completed. Oh yeah, perfect. Some of my favorite ones have been on hiatus for years. That is so sad. Me not being an experienced fanfic girly, but I have, what did I used to read off of? I used to read graphic novels and like mangas off of oh, I wonder if I even still have that app because it's been so long since I've used it. But like when it was like obviously an independent artist that was creating their own series. What is that app? I cannot think of it. Webtoon. I used to read stuff off of Webtoon, and it was very similar where the artists sometimes they just had to take a hiatus or like stop the series that they were in the middle of, but then it's like I need to know what happens in this story. You know what I mean? I'm nervous too. Oh my gosh. I'm so scared for that ending. Okay, let's see. Can I see this poll? Blood Mercy's at 52%. That's all I can see. I don't want to end the poll quite yet. I'm going to leave it going maybe through the first sprint to give some more folks some time to join. And I still have a lot of time because I have to read 6 Scorched Roses probably for the first couple sprints to finish it. So we'll leave the poll going for a little while, but I'm so excited to see what you guys pick for my next read. I think we'll get into our first sprint. Let me know how long you want it to be. For those doing bingo, so I don't think I put them in the description box of this video this time, but I did post a community post with bingo boards, and I have them on my Instagram story. So if you would like to play bingo, those cards are up. I did do a couple different bingo cards this time. So there's one that's like normal page numbers. There's one for super speedy readers that has like much higher page counts. And then there is a percentage bingo board for anyone who's doing an audiobook or an ebook. So I'm going to start with the ebook and audiobook one because mine is going to have percentages because I'm reading on my Kindle. Where did I put my Kindle? Amazing. So I just have to find my Kindle. I'll be using that bingo board. But let me know when we come back. I want to hear if anyone like how we did and what bingo boards we're using and all of that fun stuff. Yeah, I'm so excited for Blood Mercy. Read it back in June, but I want to reread it this time listening to the audiobook. When I first saw that series was 8 books long, or maybe more, but like on my Kindle, it shows me that there's at least 8 books in the series. And I'm like, and all of the books are 500 plus pages. Like some of them are even close to 700 pages. And I'm like, this is what I have gotten myself into with this one. Okay, I will start our first sprint. I think we'll start off with 30 minutes, if that's okay with everybody. And then maybe we'll throw in like a couple longer ones, like 45 minutes as we go and see how we feel. But happy reading, everybody. I need to find where I put my Kindle because I was just charging it and then I don't know where I put it. So happy sprinting, everybody. Welcome back, everybody. I was very into my book. I did not realize that the sprint was about to end. I read 15% of my book. I'm really enjoying Six Scorched Roses, even though the title of it is such a tongue twister. I really love the dynamic between our vampire and our human girly. I think that they're so stinking cute together, and I'm so excited to keep reading. But let me know, how did everyone do? How many pages did you read? If you're playing bingo, did you get to cross off any boxes? I'm just trying to figure out which box I'm crossing off. I should have made these percentages a little bit higher on the audiobook and the ebook bingo sheet. But let me know how you're liking your books. I'll catch up on the chat here. It's a very fantasy quest-like with multiple POVs. I've only read 72 pages. It has Witcher vibes. Oh my gosh, is this God Killer? Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Actually, you saying Witcher vibes. I was talking about how earlier I filmed the books that I need to finish before the end of the year, and I totally forgot that I have two more Witcher books to finish before the end of the year. So there's that. I just have so many books. Hello, thanks for joining. I'm currently reading / conquering The Beast That Is the Way of Kings. Oh my gosh, how is it going for you? I really need to read Brandon Sanderson. I just got Warbreaker by him because I've never read anything by him before. I've heard that Warbreaker is a really good intro to his Cosmere. I do also have Tress of the Emerald Sea, but then so many people were saying you can read it and it is a standalone, but you might get spoiled for like other stuff and other series. And so I was like, I really want to read it though, because Tress of the Emerald Sea, it's for people who are fans of like The Princess Bride. And I was like, oh my gosh, I want to read it. But how is The Way of Kings going for you? I hope I got that right. The Way of Kings is by Brandon Sanderson, right? Hello, Jenny. Thanks for joining. I hope you're having a lovely day. Hi, Kristen. I loved Six Scorched Roses. I had a feeling you would too. Yeah, I am really, really enjoying it. I think it's so fun. I saw, I think her name is Carter Sullivan. She's a booktuber, and like she does a ton of like daily vlogs and stuff, and she mentioned that she read it recently and said it kind of gave her Grinch vibes because it's like there's this town of humans and then there's this vampire who lives like on a mountain on a hill, like very secluded, isolated, away from everybody, and I can't get that out of my head, but it's not ruining the book for me by any means. Like I think it's actually really accurate, and so it's really funny because it fits so perfectly. But yes, I'm loving it so much. I'm very interested by Vale, who is the vampire in the story. I think he's such a character, and I love that he's so amused by our female main character, who I totally don't remember her name. It's escaping me right now. But he calls her Little Mouse, and if that isn't the cutest thing I've ever heard. Also, the plague is very interesting. So in this book, there's this like there's gods that like interact with humans, and they one of them cursed the humans that are in the specific town with this plague that basically makes them turn to dust over time. And it is horrifying to read about because like she talks about her sister has this plague and she has to like sweep out her room every night because her skin, like she's literally turning to dust and it's like falling on the ground. And I'm like, that is horrifying. That is so horrifying. I read a solid 6 pages, LOL. Had to step away to eat dinner, though. What'd you have for dinner? And was it yummy? 48 pages? That was a really good sprint for you, Christina. Hello, Jacqueline. Just joined. I never did a reading sprint. Can someone help me? Yes. So reading sprints, we're all reading, different books, like our own books. And we do a reading sprint. So like we'll stop and we'll chat for a little while. And then a reading sprint is when we'll all just like go back to our books and read for whatever period of time. I usually do like 30 minutes or 45 minutes. So let me know, chat, if you want to do a little bit of a longer sprint for the next one. If you want to go up to 45 minutes, I'm totally down for that. But yeah, and then we just read for however long, and then we come back and we just chit chat for a little while. So that way you don't feel like you're reading alone. Hi, Drew. Just started Book of Azrael, only 7% in. How are you liking that book? That's one that I've really been meaning to get to for so long, and I think that I'm really going to like it, but it's another like chunky fantasy book among the sea of chunky fantasy books that I have been dying to read. But please let me know how you're liking it. Read 30 pages. Oh my gosh, you're reading the same book? I love this for us. Switch to that since I finished Serpent last week. Yeah, I finished Serpent a couple days ago. Oh, I have to check on the poll. I'm going to end it to see what book you guys picked for me to read next. Let's see. And thank you for everyone who voted in the poll. Where's my poll? 61% Blood Mercy. Y'all said you told us you loved Vela Roth. Here you go, bestie. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited that I get to read Blood Mercy next. Thank you so much if you voted. Oh, you loved Godkiller. Okay, perfect. Yeah, it's on my November TBR. It's one that I'm actually really excited for because I feel like it's a fantasy that I'm just going to vibe with. Read 31 pages, 38 pages left to finish the book. Oh my goodness. Okay, we will jump into our next sprint soon so that you can finish. 25 pages in that sprint. I forgot how much I loved this book. I love that for you, Hillary. Oh my gosh, almost finished with Divine Rivals. Prayers to you, friend, because that ending actually destroyed me, and I cannot wait for Ruthless Vows in December because, like, the cliffhanger, oh my goodness. Really enjoying the Graveyard book. The audiobook has a full cast. Oh, that's so wonderful. 69% into it. I love graphic audios. I started to explore Scribd a little bit more because all of the audiobooks for the Shadows and Crowns series are on Scribd. So obviously I had to get it. And I got the graphic audio for Bow Before the Elf Queen. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. By J.M. Curl. And I cannot wait for it. I think it's going to be so much fun. I love that I started following the graphic audio thing on Instagram. I think it's just called Graphic Audio. And they're doing so many books, and it's making me so excited. Already liking Spookily Yours, Autumn Vibes, and Demon Cat. I feel like Spookily Yours, first of all, Spookily Yours like just came out very recently. I read it, I think on its release date or maybe the day after. I read it in one day because it's 250 pages-ish. And I feel like it's coded for Bryce and Aiden, if you are familiar with Crescent City. Sorry if you can hear JMO drinking his water. Because the male love interest, is a demon who's been cursed and turned into a cat. That is so loud. And our female main character is a witch, and she's supposed to like break his curse. And it's really, really cute and very spicy. Warbreaker is a great way to start. That's how I started. I'm 700 pages into Way of Kings and super attached to the characters. The world is amazing. Oh my gosh. I feel like Brandon Sanderson is going to be a slippery slope for me because once I start reading his books, like I'm never going to want to stop. Not that that's a bad thing. Like I just need to carve out the time to like fully dedicate myself to Brandon Sanderson and his genius brain. Read 21 pages, feeling so disheartened by how our main character is treated by these trash men. Absolutely. 21 pages of Godkiller. My brother and I are flying through this quicker than we thought, so we get to read 50%. Yes, Witcher vibes and other great things. I can't wait for the characters to meet up. Oh my gosh, I love... Yeah, I can see the Grinch. I was thinking Beauty and the Beast. Now I can't unsee the Grinch. It was such a good comparison. Like I started reading this book and I was like, this is absolutely giving Grinch. And I love that so much. Mandy, thanks for joining. Are you going to be reading with us? Love a 45-minute sprint. Okay, beautiful. We'll do 45 minutes for our next one. Hello, finally settled, ready to join, catch up on some arcs. We love a productive queen. Yay, so excited for Blood Mercy. Oh my gosh, Mandy, as soon as I get my pre-order, I'm going to be reading A Curse for True Love. I was actually thinking today, like, should I just try to binge read Ballad of Never After? Because I don't remember. I read it, like, very shortly after it came out. But I think I could just do with, like, a quick synopsis if I read, like, a synopsis of the plot, and just, like, pick it back up. But I remember the cliffhanger. Really, thank goodness I didn't pick up Divine Rivals because I almost did cliffhanger drive me crazy. Yeah, it ends on like a pretty big, traumatic, sad cliffhanger. But I kind of love that. I like reading new releases that end with a very dramatic ending because then it makes you so excited to read the next book and you get like involved in the hype. I think it can be fun sometimes. Oh my goodness, I love the Graveyard book, but I can't find my copy. That's so sad. Gmo, yeah, he popped up. He's around. I think on the next sprint, I'm going to take him outside really quickly. Now I need a Grinch retelling with the romance. 100%, that would be so funny. I'm sure that there is one out there as well. There are so many like unhinged Christmas romances that would just be such a vibe. Azrael seems promising. One of my besties love it. I feel like I have a lot of people who have read it and given it pretty high praise. It's just, again, like prioritizing books to read the chunky fantasies. Like, it's just so difficult. So that's why I appreciate y'all who voted and told me what to read next, because I get almost like analysis paralysis, but also just like decision fatigue. Like, I feel like picking your next read sometimes can be so difficult for my brain. Oh my god, yes, I'm going to start A Curse for True Love on Sprint. Oh my gosh, I'm literally so jealous. Everyone who already has a copy of A Curse for True Love, please just know I'm incredibly jealous of you and you're living my best life. It's just so big. Yeah, mine doesn't come until Friday, I think. I got my pre-order incentive alternate cover. Beautiful. Okay, let's start our next sprint because I have to take JMO outside. And I'm very, very excited to get back into 6 Scorched Roses. So we will do 45 minutes this time. Oh my god, why is this going like that? Can you not, sir? Unlock. Here we go. Okay, so we're going to do 45 minutes. I'm so sorry if you can hear JMO just being the absolute star of the show down here. Happy reading, everybody. I'll see you in 45. Welcome back. Welcome back. How did everybody do? I'm actually obsessed with Six Scorched Roses, you guys. It's so intense and cute, and I love the dynamic, and I have 50 minutes left in this book, and I'll be darned if I don't finish it on these sprints. And I'm super excited to start Blood Mercy, which y'all voted on. So how did you guys do in the sprint? I actually need to look if you're playing bingo. Here's a reminder to update your bingo cards. What did I leave off at? I had 24%. I need to update this bingo card, the percentage one, because I did such small percentages and I don't know why. So I'm just going to do the biggest percentage that I have left. So I got bingo right along the middle. And I will try to catch up with the chat here. Hi, Lucy. Joining late, so happy to have caught a stream. Diving back into Ripe by Sarah Rose Etter. I think Jan was reading this very recently, and she said that it was amazing. So please let us know how you're enjoying that. Hi, Jan. Oh my gosh. I was just talking about you reading Black Sheep. Hi, Liv. Jumping in late, but I'm excited to be starting the Undertaking of Heart and Mercy for my Patreon book club. Oh my gosh, I love that. I hope you're liking Six Scorched Roses. I still need to get to that one. It's actually so, it's a combination of so many things for me. The dynamic is so cute. I love Vale as the vampire. He calls our female main character Little Mouse. Her name is Lilith, by the way. I couldn't remember her name earlier. And I love their dynamic. She is just the cutest little scientist girly, and he is just the evil vampire that ends up helping her. And I love them so much. Hello. Reading The Return by Rachel Harrison for a taste test. Not liking it nearly as much as Cackle or Such Sharp Teeth. Going to read Black Sheep next. I read Cackle by Rachel Harrison and I really enjoyed it. And I'm actually listening to the audiobook for Such Sharp Teeth right now. And I'm liking it even more than I liked Cackle. I enjoy her writing style, but I know that her books can be pretty hit or miss for some folks, but she almost writes like a contemporary fiction with her character depth and all of their backstories and emotional depth of the story, but then she makes it at least with Cackle, it was very witchy, whereas Such Sharp Teeth is taking a werewolf twist on things. It's almost like magical realism in a contemporary fiction, and I'm loving it so much. Read another 53 pages of Six Scorched Roses. I love that we're on this journey together. How are you feeling about it? Read for about 20 minutes on that sprint, 75% into the book. Nice. It's so good, scarily relatable, and making me question my relationship with my job. Oh my gosh. Yeah, when I saw Jan talking about it, I did read the synopsis for the book as well, and it talks about a woman who is in a corporate career, and it's exploring all of that. And as a corporate girly myself, I was I don't know how much I would enjoy it because it wouldn't feel like escapism reading to me. It would be I think a very self-analytical book, and I don't know if I'm ready for that. But I'm glad that you're enjoying it and that it sounds like it's written really, really well. 83 pages into it, so 44%. Oh my gosh, we're pretty close. Loved Six Scorched Roses when I read it. Carissa is definitely my favorite author. She has very quickly become one of my favorite authors, and I'm trying to think of when I started the War of Lost Hearts trilogy. I want to say it was earlier this year, in which case I have read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be my 6th Carissa Broadbent book this year. So if that tells you anything, I love her. Read about 20 pages, finally getting into the meat of my best friend's exorcism, and I'm enjoying it so far. Yeah, it has a bit of a slower lead up, but then once you get into the exorcism parts of it, things really heat up and they heat up fast. 16 pages of God Killer. The formatting is deceiving because it's tiny font with narrow margins and single space, so you read a lot, but the page count doesn't show that. Yes, when I was flipping through that book, I was thinking the same thing. I was like, this is really teeny tiny font, so kind of rude. Read about 40 pages of Throne of Glass. How are you liking it, Alva? Only 13 pages. That's okay. Had to clean up the kitchen from dinner and close up the chicken coop. Oh my gosh. I'm jealous. I mean, we live in an apartment right now, so like I could never have chickens, but I'm hoping that one day when Ross and I get a house, I really want to have chickens because fresh eggs are head and shoulders better than what you can pick up at the grocery store. Like fresh eggs are everything, and chickens are just so cute. And I want to have like a little cottagecore life. Do you have names for your chicken, April? Or your chickens? Please let me know. I'm really enjoying it. I really like the dynamic between the main characters. Def interested in the world of the humans, but I think we won't get much world building in this one compared to Serpent. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Slaying the Vampire Conqueror took place in the human world, so if you want like more from the human world, read Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. I didn't read them in the correct order, like publication order. I read Slaying the Vampire Conqueror first, and I liked it because it was almost like a soft intro to the world before I started Serpent, and then I felt like Serpent was super easy to understand because of it. So I highly recommend Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. It was so good. Completely agree with you saying it's self-analytical. The main character works in marketing like me, and it's wild how much I relate to so many of the things her boss says to her. I hope it's not too much of like an emotional experience for you if you are reading for escapism. I know some folks do like to read to be very self-analytical and might read more like nonfiction and stuff like that because of it. And Lucy, I feel like your reading taste, I mean, you read a lot and you read a lot of romance as well, but I feel like sometimes like you read some very serious things to like get a lot out of them. And so it can be like a good experience or a bad experience depending on what you're looking for, but I hope it's a good experience for you. I also kind of want to start One Dark Window. Do it right now. Drop what you're reading, read One Dark Window. It is so good. That's been one of my favorite books of the year so far. And I do have Two Twisted Crowns. It came in last week, but I was trying so hard to be a good nugget and stick to my October TBR, which is like all like vampire romance books at this point. I'm trying to finish out the month strong and just like finish my TBR. But absolutely please read One Dark Window. I loved it so much. Yay, finished the book. So I'm going to continue reading A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer. Loved The Undertaking of Heart and Mercy. I want an animated version of that book ASAP. Oh my god, that would be so cute. Super cute books. Getting an animated version of them would be absolutely amazing. Like I think of Flower Heart. Who's that by? Oh my gosh, I'm totally blanking on the author of Flower Heart. But when I read it, I was like, I need this to be turned into a Studio Ghibli movie, please, and thank you. I also wouldn't be mad if they turned The Girl Who Fell Beneath the Sea by Axio into an animated movie as well. Flower Heart. Catherine Bakewell. I need animated movies from both of those. Yeah, so you're reading them in the correct order. But yeah, I think if you want more from the human world, you'll really like Vampire Conqueror. Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy. I hope that y'all love it. I'm dying for a vampire book with more traditional vampy gothic vibes. Any recs for me? I know that like you've already read some of my main go-tos. So let me think on that for a sec, because I have read a lot of vampire books recently, but could I remember them? Absolutely not. My reading comprehension is so garbage. Mandy, you might like, I don't know if you've already read things from Vela Roth, but Vela Roth, it's tough because I wouldn't describe her writing as gothic, but her vampire series takes place during medieval times, so it is a bit more formal, and it has some of those elements that I think we would like normally associate with like gothic, just because of the way that people like dress and act and speak and like write and like do all these things. So you might like Vela Roth's books. If you want to start with a less chunky one, Blood Price was the prequel book and it was really, really good. Let me go to my vampire shelf on Goodreads. I've really wanted to read. Oh my gosh, if you haven't read A Multitude of Dreams yet, you need to read that, Mandy, because that is very gothic. It's scary. Vampires are actually like monsters in that book. They're not really romanticized, but oh my gosh, it's so good. I actually think you would love A Multitude of Dreams by Mara Rutherford. It just came out pretty recently, I think last month. I know you've already read A Dowry of Blood. Maybe Heart of Dracula. That's a book I haven't read yet, but it's a series that I think gives very like gothic-y. It takes place in the late 1800s in Boston, and it sounds so good. So I think you would like Heart of Dracula. I need to get to that one this week, I'm hoping. I think those are my best kind of gothic vampy recs. One Dark Window was so good. Yes, there are 5 total. Blueberry! Is that supposed to be Oreo? Ember, Mystery, and Solar Bells. Oh my god, that's so cute. I love that so much. Started One Dark Window on my Kindle last night. I'm excited to get into it. It is literally one of my favorite books. That one has a very gothic-y, I like to call it like a soft grimdark fantasy, and the romance is so good. Oh my gosh. Unfortunately, I'll be moving soon, so I won't have fresh eggs anymore. Wait, are you moving with your chickens? Or no? Yeah, no, we did not exaggerate the ending. It is devastation. I was crying actual tears from my eyeballs. It was so heartbreaking. But thankfully, I mean, you're reading it at a good time because you're going to remember everything from the first book. And then the second book comes out, I think it might be the end of December. Only book I still haven't read by Krista Broadbent is Slaying the Vampire Conqueror. It's really good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, 100%. There's like too many good books that are coming out. My wallet is hurting, but I did pre-order literally all of these books. You're welcome. Please let me know how you like them. Yes, I think so. So yeah, six Scorched Roses doesn't take place in, I don't even know how to say like the vampire world. Orite. I know that's wrong. Anyways, we're gonna move on. It doesn't take place in the vampire world, so I would imagine that it's taking place in the human world, which in that case would be the same world as Slaying the Vampire Conqueror, because that whole book takes place in the human world. Okay, yeah, it was Oreo. I'm so happy that there's so much One Dark Window love in the chat, because that book, I was so gagged. I was like, I need the second book to come out. And I was also shooky that not many people were talking about it at the time that I read it. And I was like, why? This book is so good. So many new releases. Yes, my wallet is definitely being charged now with these pre-orders. Yes, 100%. Oh, Mandy, you would love One Dark Window. I think it's like right up your alley, because it's very naturalistic society. It takes place in this dark, creepy woods that it's almost like a cursed wood, because there's this magical fog in the woods that if you get exposed to it for too long, if you're in the fog, you get possessed by magic. It's so good. I think you'll really love it. Okay, let's jump into our next sprint, because I cannot wait to get back to 6 Scorched Roses. We'll do another longer one, so we'll do another 45. And I hope that everyone has the most wonderful reading session that they've had yet. The part in my book that I am at right now, the fact that the timer just went off. Oh my goodness. I have 13 minutes left in 6 scorched roses. So I think we're going to do one more sprint. Probably a little bit shorter one, like 30 minutes. But Ross came home during that last sprint and I was telling him, I'm getting my nails done tomorrow. He's like, oh, what color are you going to do? And I told him I was going to do like the glazed donut nails. I don't know if y'all have like seen those, but it's like a brown color, but then you do chrome on top of them. And it was funny because he was like, I think you should do brown. And I was like, well, it's funny you say that because I was going to do glazed donut nails. And I showed him and he's like, oh, I don't like those. I'm probably still going to do them anyways. But how was that sprint for everybody? I know it's getting late. So yeah, we'll do like one more 30-minute sprint because I need to get to the end of this book. And then I'm still really excited to read Blood Mercy. But how was that for you? How many pages did you read? If anyone's playing bingo, did you get bingo? Let's see where chat is. Moving into a studio across the country, so they won't be coming, sadly. Oh my gosh, that's so sad. But that's exciting. Moving across the country is fun. I've done it a couple times now. It's a new adventure. Thanks for joining, Lucy. I know you're probably already hopped off, but I hope you had a good night. Just came back from my nice bath, and it's relaxing, calms my nerves down so I don't get too hyper. Having a nice bath is so relaxing, and I feel like every time I take a bath or like a hot shower before bed, I sleep so well. Ross and I lately have been going to the hot tub like before bed. So we'll go to the hot tub, shower, go to sleep, and I swear I have like the best sleeps on the nights that we do that. Going to read about my essay book. Nice. Just finished the return. Oh no, it's 2.5 stars. Honestly, nothing really happened in it. And then when the reveal comes at 90%, there was no explanation and it was dumb, not impressed. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. That's the worst feeling when you get to like the big plot reveals in your book and they're so underwhelming. Read about 53 pages. That was a really good sprint for you. I'm on page 136, 72%. You were like right behind me, which is so wild. I am at 86%. I am blown away that in less than 200 pages, Krista Broadbent has me by the throat with these characters and with this plot right now. Like, I'm so excited. And also what got me really excited. So Serpent and the Wings of Night was not my favorite book from Carissa, and it broke my heart because so many people said like it's so good, it's so amazing, we love Serpent. I love her vampire world, but like I don't know, just something about Araya as like a main character in Serpent wasn't my favorite. But I'm starting to get so excited because the characters from Slaying the Vampire Conqueror, I've heard, make an appearance in the series. I don't know if it's in the Nightborn duet or if it's going to be in one of the like duologies that comes a little bit later. But then I'm really hoping that we get to see these characters, Lilith and Vale, in like later in the books, or even if we see them in Ashes and the Star-Cursed King, I would die. Like I need more from them. I need them to show up again. Yeah, okay. The glazed donut nails are really cute. They're a vibe. I have some pictures for like inspo, and it was so funny because I had chrome on my nails for my like engagement nails, and Ross like really liked them, but those I did, it was like a light pink. It was like bubble bath with the chrome on them, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I really like those." But the glazed donut nails, I guess they're like, I don't know. They're a little different. They're just like brown with chrome on them, and I think they're cute. So hopefully I like them tomorrow. But I thought they'd be like good for fall. Going to start Legend, the sequel to Hollow, a gothic Sleepy Hollow dark romance. Is that the one by Karina Hale or like Hall? Because I feel like I've been seeing that everywhere and everyone's really been liking it. Please let me know. I want to read it, I think. Read 36 pages, 26 pages in bingo, 30 pages. I'm so happy. That book was so cute. And when you get to the spicy parts, I was like not expecting the spice to go as hard as it does. But that one was so good. 32 pages. Can't wait to read the second book for One Dark Window. 100%. I'm really like struggling because I just have so many books. I can't like I physically cannot wait to read that I'm so excited for, but I keep like having to put them off because of other books that I'm so excited for, which is a fantastic problem to have. But I need to read that like maybe next week or this weekend. Whenever I finish, well, no. I was going to say when I finish Blood Mercy, but honestly, when I finish Blood Mercy, I want to jump into Ashes and the Starcursed King. Maybe after Ashes and the Starcursed King. Read 4% of A Curse for True Love. How are you liking it, Sophia? Reading King of Greed and it's making me a little teary-eyed. That's the best because then you know that you're very emotionally invested in the story. Oh, thank you, Serena. Oh my god, that has me so excited. I love them so much. Like, actually so much. Yeah. The glazed donut nails, they're dope. You should do them and then we can be twinsies. Yes, it's by Karina. I gave it 5 stars. It's a slow burn. That's okay. We love a slow burn. And a Why Choose. Absolutely love that as well. What did I'm supposed to be reading Black Sunshine as well by Karina Hale. Please, can someone please help me? Like, how do you say her last name? I really don't know, and I feel like I'm saying it wrong. But I'm gonna stick with Hale or Hall. I don't know. I'll just call her Karina. I'm supposed to be reading Black Sunshine by her. But again, it's one of those where I'm like, I really want to read Blood Mercy and Ashes and the Starcursed King, and I needed to read Six Scorched Roses. So I don't know if I'll have time to squeeze it in before the end of October. It's so crazy. Yeah, I've been trying to think about my top 10 books of the year. I don't know if it's going to be fully 10 because sometimes I go over 10. If I have like books that I couldn't not include in that list, that would just make me upset. But this year, One Dark Window is absolutely one of my favorite books that I've read this year. I feel like it's such a unique premise and the world and the characters and the romance. I was eating it up. What is the love interest's name in that? Isn't it like Raven? I love him. Regardless of what his name was, I can't wait to read more about him because I loved him so much. He's one of my top book boyfriends. I also really loved Fourth Wing, which I don't think is surprising. I'm a very basic girly in that way. I loved Fourth Wing so much. But then I think like all of my other top books have been Carissa Broadbent books. I'm just looking at my bookshelves in the background. But I have some heavy hitters coming up that I really want to read. So I still need to read Day of Fallen Night because I loved Priory so much. And I was waiting to buy Day of Fallen Night till it came out on paperback so that I didn't get an arm workout when I was reading that book. But the paperback isn't coming out until February. So I'm like, I'm just going to buy an edition off of Pango and call it a day and read it. And then I think that I honestly have high expectations too for Warbreaker. I feel like that's going to be a really strong one for me as well. I never do TBRs. I love embracing my mood reader-ness, but I'm at the point where I have, like I said, like just so many good books that I can't wait to read that I'm like, okay, I need to organize myself a little bit to like make sure that I read all of these that I'm super, super looking forward to. And it's just a constant struggle. If I'm honest, like I'm in the mood for so many books. That's the problem. I do, however, want to read Kingdom of Ash before the end of this year. Yeah, I still need to read I think my next Throne of Glass book that I need to read is Empire of Storms. And I don't know that I want to do the tandem read because I feel like for me that's just going to be too much. And I don't mind Kale. I don't mind him. I understand why people are like upsetty spaghetti with Kale. Like I do fully understand it, but for me, he doesn't bother me too much. So I think like not doing the tandem read will be okay. I tried to read Black Sunshine earlier this month, but only read 5 pages and wasn't feeling it. I'll try again next time. I think I've heard good things about it, but I think it's one of those books, and correct me if I'm wrong because I haven't read it, but I think it's like mostly spice and like the plot isn't super strong. And I agree. I really need to be in the mood for books like that because when I'm in the mood for them, they hit so hard. But when I'm not in the mood for them, absolutely not going to do enough. I keep putting it off because I never want it to end. But bestie, you can always reread if you need to. I know, but I know what you mean. It's like I'm putting it off. I don't want to read it because that's what I was doing with Fourth Wing actually. Like I didn't want to finish the book because I was like, I don't want it to be over. And then I was like, but I actually need to finish this book because I want to know what happens. I want to read at least 20 more before the year ends, which will bring me to $100. Oh, you could totally do that. But I keep switching up that list and then I don't know what I want to read because I want to read them all. That is exactly my problem. You put it into words, I think, much better than I ever could. I have 20 books on my nightstand currently that are on my ASAP TBR. Yeah, I like filming my books I need to read before the end of the year was stressful because afterwards I was like, I actually have so many more books on my need to read before the end of this year that like I don't even know how many books I talked about, like 25 to 30 books that I talked about in that video. I was like, it's actually so much more than this, and that's very concerning. Oh my gosh. I need to buy it though because I want to annotate it. I would love to do a buddy read, but it just depends on if you want to read it like soon. I don't know how soon I'll be able to read it. I think I was planning for like maybe end of November, but oh my gosh, I would literally love to buddy read that with you, Alba. That would be so much fun. There's so many books out. Yeah, it's just like stressful, but at the same time, it's a great problem to have. So I can't complain. Um, how do we feel about one last sprint? I'm thinking let's do like 30 minutes because that will give me enough time to finish Six Scorched Roses. I only have 13 minutes left in this. And then I can start on Blood Mercy. And I think that that will be so much fun. So we'll do one last one. I know it's late. It's almost 9 o'clock here, but I know that for a lot of people, it's a lot later than that. So where'd my timer go? Okay, one sec. Let me figure out. There she is. Thanks so much for hanging out with me tonight, y'all. It's been so much fun reading with you guys. Okay. Happy last sprint. It's going to be the best one yet. Welcome back. How did everybody do? I think that Six Scorched Roses was a 5-star for me. I literally loved it so much, and it has me so excited to read Ashes and the Star-Cursed King. I'm so excited. Oh my gosh, sorry, I'm just reading through some of the chat. I did start Blood Mercy, and I'm not very far. I'm still in the first chapter. I find that Vela Roth really likes to write long chapters, but I'm so ready to take my makeup off and take a shower and then climb into bed and continue to read Blood Mercy. Yeah, 100%. Blood Mercy, yeah, I'm really excited for it. I was very intimidated by how long it is, but I think Blood Price gave me the opportunity to really adjust and understand and fall in love with Vela Roth's like writing and world and vampires. That so excited. 66% of Never Lie. Thank you so much for joining, Nikki. This is so sweet. I'm so happy that you had a good time. I have so much fun reading with y'all. Have a great evening. I hope you got a lot of 4 or 5-star reads to end the year with. Me too. And I wish the same for you and all of us here in the chat, because that just sounds so wonderful. Yay! Gave it 4 stars. Read 28 pages. Amazing. Yes, I'm going to hop off and go to sleep, my friends. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I had so much fun with y'all, and I will see you in the next sprints. And I have some surprises for next week, so keep an eye out for those. Bye, friends. Thank you.